Yes, we know Scopely is tone deaf to the community. They love introducing greedy, overpriced offers. They love introducing gambling mechanics like red stars and introducing new bottlenecks to players that have been playing this game for a while. There's no QA testing. They take ages to respond to bugs and errors, and there's very limited catch-up mechanics. Yet despite all of this, we can still have fun in Marvel Strike Force. I'm still having fun. Yes, maybe it's not as much fun as I used to be having, but despite Scopely's efforts to ruin the fun of Marvel Strike Force, we can still have fun. So in this video, I'm talking about what I am doing to currently still have fun in Marvel Strike Force, and we're talking about the rest of your questions from the mailbag on the Discord channel. So if you're ready for all of that, your questions, how to have fun, then find that like button, and you know what to do. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Valley Maniacs. I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great Father's Day, and I hope you're ready for the second video of the day on this channel, discussing your questions from the mailbag, but I'm also discussing how I am currently having fun in Marvel Strike Force. And for more great Marvel Strike Force and future Revolution content, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. But before we get to your questions and what I'm doing to have fun in Marvel Strike Force, I do want to mention a couple of the sponsors on this channel. The first is Amazon. Today is Amazon Prime Day, and if you want to save up to 20% off on any in-game purchase you make, whether it be for Marvel Strike Force or whatever other game, type in the link coins.valleyflyin.com, and that'll get you the link to Amazon, and it supports the channel. And if you just want to go Amazon without any coins or anything like that, just go amazon.valleyflyin.com. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and it does support the channel. And I also want to mention a new sponsor in the channel, Plants Over Pills Colorado, with some of the best CBD and CDG products out there. If we take a look at their website, I've been using some of these products for a little while now. You guys, some of you may know I've recently had shoulder surgery, and I've been using some of their CBD and some of their CBG products, and it's really helped speed up my recovery, manage some of the pain. The CBD, excuse me, I use that product at night because it does make me a little drowsy. It helps me to sleep though. But their CBG products, I use that during the day when I don't want that drowsiness feeling. And it also helps with my recovery, and it helps with the pain management as well. So if you want to check out some of these products yourself, Matt from Plants Over Pills is offering the Valley Club 10% off your entire order. So use the link in the description, or you could type in ValleyFlyin at checkout and you could get that 10% off there as well. And hopefully you enjoy some of these CBD and CBG products as much as I am. But without further ado, let's talk about Marvel Strike Force and why I'm enjoying it a little more than I was just a week ago. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I just come to accept that Boundless, Scopely, they're pretty bad at their jobs. They're not very player friendly. They're not out there for the players. They're not out there to make the most fun game for players. But despite that, we can still have fun. Some of these events, there's still some fun to be had with these. These solo milestones are pretty good. These opening the orbs, these are what we've had before, but they're okay. They're not anything bad. Some of the rewards suck, but I think a lot of that did have to do with the Black Widow event. This campaign mischief event, very, very core heavy, but I do like the rewards, especially the ISO 8 and the Ion rewards. You're gonna have to let us spend a lot of cores if you want to get that whole milestones. The raids, it didn't turn out to be as bad as I thought. We didn't have to drop all the way back down to Ultimate 7.5. And when First Strike comes back, I guess the thing that I was most upset about being that reverse progress, I guess that will have been eliminated, which was my biggest complaint about this. You know, despite a lot of the long-standing issues in the game, my big complaint was with the reverse progress. So once that First Strike comes back, it's not these new Doom raids with the ISO 8 blue, but it is not reverse progress. So in essence, if you look at these new Doom raids as opposed to the old Doom raids, this is new content with the ISO 8 rewards. The old Doom raids, the First Strike one, those are fun. They don't have the requirements, but it's not new content. So we're not backwards progressing. So that's how I'm justifying the fun in my mind. But hard content is what we want. Real-time arena sucks. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Trying to mix a competitive game mode where you're going for knockouts and also going for different objectives, combining that into one game mode kind of sucks. Now, if you just combine that with just going for knockouts or just hitting the objectives, it's a little more balanced game mode. But the way it is right now is not good. But once in a while, you do get those fun matches. And that's pretty much it. War is what it is. Sometimes you get good war matchups, but sometimes there's not good war matchups. And yes, having fun with my alliance and not stressing enough as much as I was before. Every time there's a new meta that comes out, one of my things was, I gotta get these characters. I gotta get good red stars in these characters. And I was very disappointed when I didn't pull good red stars on Moondragon. Well, I'm just not stressing enough about all this stuff. You know, there's life that happens. There's summer, there's family. There's a lot of cool stuff that's happening, and I don't want to miss out on it for Marvel Strike Force, but I'm still playing this. I'm still having fun. I hope you guys are as well. And I hope you guys don't take this game as seriously as I was the past few weeks, because I think that just leads to frustration, because Scopely, I think we know you suck. So yes, if we just accept that fact and try to have fun despite Scopely sucking at their jobs and not being able to really create a awesome player experience, I think that we can have a good experience if we just accept that fact. And yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it to be salty and to continue to be salty, because I don't know how much that's hurt. So just gonna have fun, guys, and I hope you guys do the same, because ultimately at the end of the day, this is a game and we're here to have fun. So despite Scopely's best efforts to ruin the fun of this game, I think there's still fun to be had. I'm having fun in certain areas. Let me know where you guys are having fun, which areas. Maybe it's because you're in a good alliance. Scopely's trying to kill that too with their non-catch-up mechanics, but there's still fun to be had. And I'm not as stressed as I was before over all these horrible decisions by Scopely, because yeah, they don't listen. They don't care, but we still got Marvel characters. Anyway, let's go take a look at the questions from this week. All of your mailbag questions. And like I said, if you want to submit a question, make sure you are a member of the Discord. Boom, first question to me. Love the content. And I'm super excited you're doing Marvel Future Rev as well. I was wondering how I get about contacting the devs to try to get early access so I can create content. Would love to be a creator like you, and it seems like a fantastic place to start. Yeah, I think it is a fantastic place to start. No word on the beta yet. There is a big announcement scheduled for the 29th of this month, so I'm thinking that's when we'll get word on a beta, maybe people going in and testing things in certain regions. But the 29th, stay tuned on this channel for the 29th. I think we're gonna have some big things announced at that point, and hopefully we get a date that we can start actually playing Marvel Future Rev. Hey, my friend, hope all is well. Just wanted to say shame on Scopely, Foxnex, Boundless. When ISO 8 was being introduced, the community was divided on it because the community was worried it would be pay to win. They sold it as a mode that allows you to customize your characters to add more fun to the game. Now, after a little time, they're using it as a bottleneck. Do they have no shame? I'm not sure how much more crap I can take from MSF. Do they even have a clue? Why do they pee off the community by introducing over-the-top requirements and bottlenecks and then make changes and keep stuff up? Yeah, so this was a big complaint. This is still a big complaint that I don't know if they're managing this ISO 8 properly. They didn't make enough money on the ISO 8. So they're like, hey, let's charge you guys let's create bottlenecks with ISO 8 so that we could charge you guys for this, because we did not monetize this correctly. This was too good of an experience for the players. So we need to make some money. So let's make these requirements. Yeah. It's very transparent what they did. It's very transparent that they rolled back, and it's very transparent that they don't have a plan moving forward, a long-term plan moving forward. So it is what it is. They suck. They went back on some of their requirements to make it a little more friendly for players to get, but not until update 5.5, unfortunately. So we're still gonna have to wait for these changes, which I've said this many times, should have been done way before these Doom Raid changes were even announced. Not just implemented. They should have made these changes, had them go live before these ISO 8 and Doom Raid changes were announced, or announced at the same time, have the ISO 8 changes go live, and then later have the Doom Raid requirements go live. They could have done so many things, but again, they're bad at their jobs, but they're still fun in other areas of Marvel Strike Force to be had. Valley, hope you've been finding the fun back in the game. I've been trying. Scopely's trying to remove it from us, but I've been trying, and hopefully you guys are as well. I have a question about the legendary picks in DD4. Who should be my fourth after taking up Doc Ock, Phoenix, and Maw? I have those three ready. It's just between my level 80 Black Bolt, my level 60 Invisible Woman, the original Invisible Woman, not the Infinity Watch, or Jubilee after unlocking her today. Woo! All right. So my question is, who are you going to use the most? Black Bolt. I'm assuming you're kind of close to that Doom Raid requirement. So Black Bolt, don't really use him in the Doom Raids, just because you've already finished Dark Dimension 4. So I'm assuming you're close to that. I don't really use Black Bolt that much. I don't don't know where you would use Black Bolt too much now. I know in some hybrid war offense team is where he's kind of getting a new life. So I don't know if I would want to build up Black Bolt just for that. Invisible Woman, great in the legendary nodes of Dark Dimension 4, but not that great after it. So I'm going to pick Jubilee just because Jubilee has some value in the Doom raids in those mutant sections once you get there. She is a legendary unlock for Adam Warlock, so it's going to give you a little value for that as well. I'm going to go with Jubilee for this pick just because I think Black Bolt might be a little better in Dark Dimension specifically, just because he has an awesome burp mechanic in his passive. But Jubilee, I think, is going to give you a little more value after Dark Dimension. So I'm going to go with Jubilee on this pick. And yeah, so you're talking about the bio pieces and stuff. I think Invisible Woman is going to be a little better in Dark Dimension 4, despite the awesomeness of Black Bolt. I think Black Bolt's a little expensive for that game mode as well. So if you're going to go with a character that you're not using after Dark Dimension 4, go for the cheaper one, like Invisible Woman, not as much for the expensive one, but you're probably going to get a little more value out of Black Bolt rather than Invisible Woman when you're done with Dark Dimension 4. So it just depends on how fast you want to get through this game mode and what your plans are for after this game mode. So hopefully that helps. My pick out of those would be Jubilee though for that node. Here we are. Okay, greetings from the Sunshine State. Greetings from Texas. I don't know what the state is known for, but the brisket and football and all that stuff state. All right, long time since my last question. Well, welcome back, brother. Welcome back to the Valley Club. All right, this will be a weird one, but bear with me. Close your eyes and imagine the new stages. I can't close my eyes and read the question. New stages, destructive elements, barrels being toppled by your new heroes, and ever-changing scenery depending on the outcome of your raid percent increase. Now I've imagined all that thrown out the window because you can't monetize it. Sounds very much like the business plan at Scopely Boundless. Some things need to be fired. My only question is, can you believe it? Sincerely, Salty Dave. Yes, I can. I'm saying in the beginning of this video, we know Boundless sucks. We know Scopely sucks. We know they don't care about the player experience, but hopefully there's still fun in the raids for you and your alliance. You know, like I said earlier on the video today, alliance dropped down to not 4.2, just 2, just Gamma 2, and we're doing those and using those quirky characters, and we're trying to hit the last node as many times as possible with those characters. That's kind of fun. It's full auto, but for me, that kind of strategy is fun. And I know that might not be fun for everybody, but everybody needs to create different places in the game to have fun, because Scopely doesn't care about your fun. They care about your money. That's all they care about. But that's it. It sucks. It sucks. I agree. They're not good at their jobs, and maybe they're so bad that they're like playing catch up all the time because they have no plan and they're just reacting to the community and their bugs, and they don't really get to their plan. And now I don't know, but yeah. Once you realize that they suck, you can still have fun in this game. ValleyFlyin. I have my Axeman at 240k, and they seem to be struggling in the boss nodes of Ultimate 7.3. Should I take out my Iceman and Kitty for Dad Bros and keep building up Iceman and Kitty? You're gonna need Dad Bros later on, especially for that Adam Warlock and unlock. So I think you could go Dad Bros. They're gonna be a good war team. I don't know how much Iceman and Kitty Pryde are valuable to that team. You could probably go, I mean, if we were talking Ultimate 7.3, you don't have requirements for mutants there, so we don't have to limit to mutants. You could go the Axeman, Jubilee, Bishop, and Beast, and then go the old school combo of Black Bolt and Yo-Yo if you want to do that. Or you could just go Dad Bros. I think they're going to have enough survivability. You're going to get the barrier. You're going to get the speed up for the Dad Bros. You're going to get the sustain from Beast. You're going to get the big damage from Bishop. And then you're going to get the control from Jubilee. I think that team should work, especially on Ultimate 7.3. I think they should be fine, and you're gonna need those Dad Bros later on, and they're great in war. They're great in multiple game modes. If you don't have a lot of Infinity Watch running around your arena shard, they're on my current arena team right now on offense, so they give you a lot of value. So I think I would go Dad Bros over Iceman and Kitty, but it really depends on how soon you guys are going to tackle the Doom raids, because you're going to need multiple different mutants on the Doom Raid, so you might not want to do that Black Bolt Yo-Yo team. But yeah, the Dad Bros, I think Dad Bros are someone that's I'm building up as well. I haven't tried out this X-Men X-Factor combination, but I think they're going to work well, especially in Ultimate 7.3. So I would go that direction, brother. Yeah, more of a complaint than a question. Oh, we're getting a lot of complaints. Scoplia's at least. It's a very frustrating when characters like Gamora and Nebula are reworked, because now in my second DD3 run, I have to face the new characters with all of their stat boosts. Then some nodes are much more difficult than before. The same problem occurs in Ultimate 7.5 with 2 Nebulas and a Gamora that delete my squads. Is this something that the devs are aware of and is intentional, or do they go and rework characters and not think about the intentions for implications for older content in the game? This is the opposite of a catch-up mechanic. So one thing I was worried about when I first saw Gamora in a raid after she got a rework, I was like, oh no, she's gonna get this empowered state and just kill all my characters. And she didn't have that charge above her head, and she never went empowered. So in certain content, and I think this was in a Greek, I can't remember if it was alpha or beta before the gammas, but in whatever that was before, when that update was launched, I was worried about Gamora. She didn't have the charge. So on some of these, they don't have their full bonuses. I think those stat bonuses that you're talking about are permanent, but I don't know if they have all their complete kits. I know in some of the raids, and if you look on MSF.gg, they got all the raid maps there, and they have some characters that don't have all their stats. Like some characters don't have the passive active. Some characters only have the passive active to level 2. It's different for each node and each character. And I'm not just talking about the past. Sometimes they don't do the ultimate. Sometimes all they could do is their ultimate or something like that. So each node is different. Each character is different. Not sure what's going on with DD3 and Nebula and Gamora, but I know it's not consistent. And I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just not thinking clearly about all the implications about what all the widespread implications when they rework a character. So I'm not sure if they're doing that, if they're not reworking all the nodes on purpose, or they're reworking some and not reworking others. But I know for a fact that when I went to the Gamma, there was no charge above Gamora's head. I don't have this nodes in Ultimus anymore, so I don't know how what those nebulas are looking like. But if you want to check out all the stuff, MSF.gg has all the maps. The API didn't give us what we wanted, but the API did give the information on the MSF.gg site, so you can look up all these little things. And some of them are updated, some are not, and it's not consistent. All right, hey brother, I have an MSF and Marvel Future Revolution for you today. Gamma raids is no fun at all. Yeah, you're right. They've sucked for a long time, and the devs have ignored this. I talked about this. They're tone deaf to the community. So if you just accept that they don't know what's going on and they don't play this game and they're not, I can still say that with a smile on my face. All right, I agree. They're no fun at all. The raid traits are so restricted, outdated. Any word on an update to the traits? No. This has been asked many times. This is one of the questions in the Envoy chat that does not get an answer though. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks. The raids, they suck. They need to update. They need to update to the traits, and it's very apparent in these Moondragon event with these quirky tag and these restrictions that you can't really use a raid team with these Greek raids. So yeah, they're very outdated. Are there going to be alliance guilds in Marvel Future Revolution? Solo play is great, but Marvel Future Revolution, we need a community to play it to go all in. I know there's going to be up to 50 people on the same map at a time type battles. So up to 50. I don't know if it's 50 on a side and it's 100 total. From what I read, it's 50 on the total. So 25 versus 25 is what I'm gathering. So there's going to have to be alliances and guilds in Future Revolution for this to play out like I think they're hoping it would. Just playing this as a solo person and then hopefully getting on at a time that your friends are playing. I don't think that's how it's going to be. I think there's going to be alliances, guilds. They're going to have stuff. For one of the things, for Marvel, when we're talking about Marvel Strike Force, one of the big things, despite the bonehead decisions by Boundless, is that they kept the game together, is the tight-knit community and the alliances, and a lot of people are playing for that. So if Netmarble has any smarts, and I know they do because they did this very well with Future Fight. They're gonna introduce that kind of stuff in Future Revolution. So I know it hasn't been talked about publicly too much, but they're a smart company. They're not going to not implement that kind of stuff because that helps with player longevity. So I fully expect all that stuff in Future Revolution, brother. Hey Valley, I'm enjoying the costumes characters from the TV shows, and also how are you able to acquire them without also not getting everyone. I am enjoying the costume as well. They add no fun to the game, but the chase for these costumes is kind of fun for me. So that is one thing that I'm finding fun. The chasing after stuff is kind of fun. Even if I'm not going to use those costumes because they're on Loki and other characters that I'm using, I'm having fun still chasing for these characters. I feel like Scopely has been all over the place as when they're released in the game, though. Yeah, WandaVision was shortly after the show was over. Loki's right at the start of the show. Captain America Sam is looking a few months after the show is over. Do you think Scopely even has a clue when to the release the events, or they're just making up as they go? All right, so I know they're making up a lot of stuff as they go, but some of the things that tie into Marvel products, I know they got to get a lot of approval from Marvel before some of these things go into effect. So some of it might not be on Scopely. Some of it just may be like, yeah, we forgot about this. Let's release it now. But some of it may be on Marvel, having them release things at certain times. I don't know if you look at the other mobile games that Marvel has, Future Fight, Contest of Champions. I think Puzzle Quest is still a game that is popular. But if you look at a lot of these things, they have similar themes with a lot of their events that's going on. So with that, I do think a lot of it is on Marvel's and not necessarily on Scopely's. As much as I want to blame Scopely, I'm not going to blame them on this one because I do know they have to get approval from Marvel, but it may be on their end as well because they're just maybe poor at planning stuff. You know what? I've always felt like, you know, when you're looking at other games, or if you look at the TV shows and the movies with MCU, there's a cohesive plan. There's a plan throughout the movies and how the next one's gonna flow into the next one, and how that one's gonna tease the next one. With DC, it's very not joined together, and that's how I feel the updates are with Marvel Strike Force. They're adding some good things, some bad things, that they're not really joined together. I don't have that cohesiveness like I have with other games, and I've even had that with Marvel Strike Force at other times. This entire 21 just feels so not planned out. So it's probably a little of both, but I do know Marvel has some requirements that they put on their companies. So yeah, Scopely is bad, but it may be on Marvel's end. I think we'll get a TVA Loki based teams or a Boundless leave us hanging again. Interesting, right after the next question about the Loki outfit. We did get that at the beginning. That might be the extent of it. I'm not sure which characters are popular and loved enough for us to get these into Marvel Strike Force. I don't want to talk about too much of the characters without doing spoilers, but I don't know which one would fit in Marvel Strike Force, a whole team. But I do like the costume that they're teasing. Would you like such a team? I would like such a team if I knew the characters a little more. I don't feel that the characters are popular enough as standalone characters for me, but I wouldn't be mad if they came into the game either. You know, it's not like I'm like, oh, I don't know the characters, I don't want them in the game. It's like, yeah, sure, they could put them in the game if it's gonna add more fun and make the game more popular, but wouldn't be my first choice, the TVA team. But again, like I said, I wouldn't be mad if they did that. All right, I'm missing one member of the Black Order, most likely Ma or Cull. I go with Sinister instead. He clones the missing member. Does Thanos become empowered when he clones spawns? Yes. At one point, I know he did. I haven't tested this recently, so I don't know if it's changed, but I know at one point, if you use Sinister to clone the fifth member of the Black Order, if you're missing them, as soon as they get their turns, they're giving Thanos a stone, and he's getting that empowered state. So as soon as he gets all the Infinity Stones, he's going empowered. So yeah, I know that's how it used to work. I don't know if it still works like that. They may have changed something. It's hard to keep up with what stays current and what breaks in the code. So they may have broken something that is changes. But I know back in the day, you used to be able to clone a Infinity Watch, Black Order member. I'm getting ahead of myself with the next team, but Black Order member and Thanos could still get empowered by that missing member. All right, ValleyFlyin, not a question, but wanted to bring to your attention something positive in your community. Oh, I love positivity. Yeah, Scopely doesn't bring it enough, but I'm glad the community is bringing it. As a fellow dad, I'm sure you appreciate it. Oh, I'm gonna love this one. My son, who is 9 years old, has a 350K TCP team, was one shard short of Silver Surfer. I reached out to your community to see if anyone would be getting milestones and would let him join for a bit, and people reached out. Oh, nice. That is the Valley Club, guys. I love the Valley Club. Super, super positive, despite despite Scopely trying to take it away. The Alliance, a giant-sized god butchers let him join up and recently made him day. Nice. That is awesome. Beyond the fact that they let him unlock Silver Surfer, also ended up with a handful of other characters because of raid orbs. They also turned out to be just a good group of people who would be super nice to him, incredibly encouraging, supportive in chat. I know it's been a lot of negativity and MSF these days, a lot to get us down in the community, so I wanted to call out something in the community. Give a shout out to the giant-size god butchers for making a kid's day. Yeah, so like I said, we're making fun for ourselves. The community is making fun for each other. They're helping each other out. We're coming together as a community, despite the greed of Scopely and Boundless. We could this game. Scopely might be trying to ruin this game, but we're still here. We're still here, Scopely, despite you. All right, hey ValleyFlyin, I got a question about war. I'm an end game player. Tried my arena and teams. My raid and arena teams are pretty much set. All right, so those are the two main things. My question is about war. What teams I use X Factor against? I find myself passing them over until the end of war. I use them like on a trash team. I feel like I'm wasting them thanks in advance. All right, so I've seen some screenshots of like hybrid teams of these guys taking on the Heroes for Hire in a punch down. I haven't seen too much punch ups with the X Factor. I'm thinking for sustainability. One thing I know, people have invested a lot into the Marauders, so you're still seeing them, and you can do some massive punch ups on the Marauders with the X Factor. That's who I end up using this team on, just for some big Marauders. I don't know who else to use this team on. I know there's some Zemo Silver Surfer combos that can counter Hero for Hire, but I've seen screenshots of big punch downs. I haven't seen too many punch ups with them. But I look for Marauders. I look for Marauders or any of the older non-hero for hire team. They could take them out pretty good unless there's a lot of sustainability. So any non-hero for hire team, you could use your X Factor on. And if you're punching down, I've seen the screenshots that X Factor could take out heroes for hire with a Silver Surfer or a Kestrel or something on your team and a massive punch down. So that's how I'd use it on. And hopefully that helps you in your alliance in war, brother. Hey, Valley, hope all is well. Hope all is well with you, brother. I'm having some frustration with my alliance. Fairly new player. I've been in alliance for some time. I like my leader, have a few friends in alliance, but for the most part, it's been a casual alliance. Reaching a point where I need better rewards from the raids, and we aren't clearing 60% because the other players aren't pulling their weight. I've tried several times to let them know we're going. Not why getting us to 60% important. Better raids to keep us progressing, but we're stuck in Ultimate 7-point fun. I would feel awful to jump ship, but what do? I've thought about attempting to contact my alliance leader and ask him set the guidelines again. It's always been pretty casual, so not sure if he wants to change it or that. We're shooting ourselves in the foot by not maxing out the rewards. All right, so you're trying to convince a casual alliance to go hardcore. And if you're wanting to go hardcore and the other 23 people in the alliance want to remain casual, which it sounds like they do, because you've sent your thoughts to them, they've kind of been ignored. It might be best just to let them know where your head is at. You want to be a little more hardcore, but it's best to be honest with them. If you're looking for something a little more hardcore, it's best to move up into alliance that's hardcore. I've done that in the past. I've also went in reverse when there was an alliance that was too hardcore. I'm like, I can't keep up with you guys. You guys are going too hardcore in war. I don't have the raid team set. I've dropped down alliance. So it's best to find an alliance that matches your current playstyle. Because trying to convert alliance from one to the other could cause issues with the rest of the alliance. So be honest with your alliance, let them know where your head's at, and tell them that you want to get into a more hardcore alliance. And hopefully everybody's adults there doesn't cause any hard feelings, because at the end of the day, it's all a game and we're supposed to be having fun. And it sucks when players leave, and sometimes players' feelings get hurt, but you know, you got to do what's best for you. And I find that honesty is the best. Be honest with your alliance leader, be honest with your alliance mates. And yeah, I don't really put the time to recruiting new members. I just feel bad trying to replace people in alliance. Yeah, so let them continue to be casual. That seems like what they want, which is fine. Everybody plays this game differently. Everybody has different things that are fun in this game. And yeah, so do something that's fun for you. Move to more casual or more hardcore alliance, and have them replace you with someone that's a little more casual. And yeah, at the end of the day, hopefully everybody's cool with it, because that's all you could be, is honest in the end, brother. Valley, long time viewer, first time question. Thank you for leaving a question, brother. Just about Legendary Notes, Dark Dimension 4. We got Black Bolt, Dakok, Ma, ready to go. All right, Nora, a little outside the box, first three there for Dark Dimension. All right, starting to level my fourth. Phoenix is at gear 14, 5 nodes left to upgrade to gear 15. All right, that's not bad. Phoenix is the more traditional choice. I'm not sure how much use you're going to get out of Phoenix afterwards. I don't know if it's worth putting all those ISO 8s into Phoenix just to use her in the Doom raids, because all those ISO 8s don't really benefit, or some of the stats, not the class stats, but the class stats don't benefit Dark Phoenix at all. And then Jubes is 13 3 nodes away from gear 14. All right, so this is a hard one because Phoenix is a traditional choice. Jubilee's not as traditional. She's not going to be as valuable in Dark Dimension 4 as Phoenix will be. But if we're looking towards the future, if we're looking to conserve resources, we want characters that are going to do multiple things. I don't know where you would use Phoenix right now. I have her in War Defense. That's about it. There's no other real game modes that I use her in. So I would go Jubilee just for that reason. Knowing that Phoenix is the better Dark Dimension 4 character, I would still go Jubilee because I'm getting so much use out of her after Dark Dimension, that I'm getting a lot of use for her after Dark Dimension 4. I feel it's worth it to bring her in for Dark Dimension 4, even if she's not as good of a character as Phoenix. So hopefully that helps, brother. Not quite clear on Dark Dimension 4. Hopefully it could help. I keep seeing the best tune suggestion for each level of Dark Dimension 4, but I notice what seems to be if you're using a tune in one part of DD4, you can't use them in another. Yes, they did that in response to Dark Dimension 3, whereas you had the global, the city, and the cosmic nodes in Dark Dimension 3, and you could use Phoenix in those global nodes, made it so easy. Well, that was a problem. They had to tune all the nodes for that Phoenix problem, which they talked about. They removed that in Dark Dimension 4 by saying non-legendary global, non-legendary city, non-legendary cosmic, and then you have another legendary section. So it was because of Phoenix, but yeah, you could only use legendaries in the legendaries, and then all the other nodes say non-legendary for that. Even the first few nodes, it's non-legendary. Actually, I think the first few nodes are unlimited, but after that, it goes non-legendary, global, and so on and so on. So yeah. So that's you can't use them. You can only use them in one section, except for that unlimited section as well. Hey, Valley, watch your recent 5 teams to not build video and found it interesting. I followed you over to this Heartgrave fellow and found his channel style language quite distasteful. Not interested in MSF content. I can't watch or over here. Just wanted to let you know. You looked a bit uncomfortable too. Honestly, it's different being on channel because when I hear that on my channel, I'm like, ooh, that's weird. Even when I'm on not other people's channels, like, oh, I'm a little bit taken back because I don't know, my mind is that. So we don't have any of that stuff on our channel. We control our language, we control the style, we control all that stuff. I do have guests on that I enjoy, and when they're on my channel, they control themselves as well. I don't know what they do on their other channels, you know, and a lot of times, like with the video I shot with Hargrave, we ended up shooting that video afterwards, so I have no idea what to expect when we shoot our next video. But yeah, you can watch our channel here with your kids. That's one of the reasons I wanted to keep it family friendly, because I know my kids can watch my channel, but I don't know what other people do on their channels as well. So yeah, he's fun. He'll be family friendly when I was in my channel though. So this yes, that's what I could commit to you, brother. We'll have. I thought it was a fun video with the Thor and Loki thing, but anyway, yeah, we'll be friendly here, brother. All right, Valley, about to beat DD4. Oh, congratulations. Maybe the time you read this, I already have. Maybe you have already, brother. My question, should I power up Doom to gear 15 or focus on Infinity Watch? I've always limited gold, wondering what to do for Infinity Watch. They make Doom look like Nobu. I don't know if they make him look that bad, but they certainly overpower or overshadow Doom. Not sure if Doom is even worth it anymore. He is. He's still a very strong character. My alliance isn't near Doom raids yet. That is the big key. So if your alliance is not near Doom raids, you probably could beat Ultimus 7.5 pretty easily, or whatever Ultimus you're on. Then you don't need Doom yet. Doom is really good because yeah, he's a great character for the raids, and he also has that dual tags, and he's going to be great in the tech and the mystic sections. If you're not close to that yet, you don't need him. You could level up your Infinity Watch, then come back and level up Doom. You know, I always prioritize Arena. Yeah, well, if you're gonna get Adam Warlock and you have this Infinity Watch, you're not gonna need Doom for Arena. The raids, if you're not in Doom raids, you're not gonna need Doom for the raids. And War, well, War just comes after those. So go Infinity Watch. Once you're good in the raids and once you're good in Arena, then start to build up Doom, because you're gonna need Doom eventually, but you won't need him right now. So I would hold off on him, build your Infinity Watch, then come back for Doom, or whatever team has shifted into the meta before that. I mean, who knows how fast they're moving the meta now, because obviously, yes, they don't know what they're doing. They don't have a long-term plan, it seems. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's not. Probably not. So that is it for this edition of the Monday Mailbag. I want to thank each and every one of you that left a question, whether it got answered or not. I want to thank each of you. And if you want to leave your question on an upcoming episode on the Monday Mailbag to get it potentially featured, make sure you are a member of the Discord. The link is going to be down below, and go to that Mailbag channel, ask away. I answer these every either Sunday or Monday, depending on what's going on Sundays. And you know, the busier Sundays, I push it back to Mondays, and the Sundays that don't have as much going on, I do those videos on Sundays. So hopefully, thank you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful for you. Hopefully you're still having fun despite the many errors of Boundless and Scopely, but yes, it's a game. Let's have fun. And more content in the channel for Marvel Strike Force, more content in the channel for Future Revolution. Check out some of the sponsors, guys. Plants Over Pills, Colorado, and Amazon. It is Prime Day, so yes, use that link, amazon.valleyflyin.com. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. And give me that Hulk fist bump before you go. ValleyFlyin out.